Look at tennis very quickly. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, arguably they're playing the best tennis of their careers. Due to nutrition, due to management of athletes, these top-level sportsmen can compete for longer at the top of their game.
And he has been doing it. He will try again with He Will. Mike Smith aboard the favorite, the 9 in the lure. We head upstairs to Trevor Denman to call the action.
Juanito, the next one. Forever Juanito's in. Here's He Will in the green. He Will loaded.
Do it. 2 back, boys. 2 back.
20/20 vision, second last.
We got 1 out of the middle, guys. 1 out of the
A
middle.
red tie day to the outside gate. They go in together, all set. And away they go. 20/20 vision, a little slow to get going. Sistron in the center goes for the early lead. Forever Juanito down at the rail. Moonlight Drive tucks in third, and here's a red tie day in the red colors come over a joint third. They are then being followed by Tequila Joe. Eckersley's on the outside of that. Ample Sufficiency's taken back third last, 7 off these leaders. On the outside of that, we have He Will just been patiently ridden towards the rear. Last of all, 20/20 vision is a good 10 off the leader. Down the backstretch they go, and Forever Juanito down at the rail gets pressure from Sistron. They lead at a decent pace at 3 lengths back to Moonlight Drive in third. Then comes a red tie day in the 4th position, followed by Tequila Joe. Eckersley's in the white colours. Ample Sufficiency down at the rail. He Will, still just been patiently ridden here, is second last. Got 8 lengths to make up, and 20/20 vision is last. Into the far turn they go. On the far side, Sistron down at the rail. Forever Juanito, they 3 clear. Moonlight Drive comes after them second. Red Tie Day chases from the 4th spot. Behind that comes Tequila Joe. Eckersley behind that. He Will is still a long, long way back. At the top of the lane, and Sistron now takes the advantage, but Forever Juanito's not run. Forever Juanito battling back at Sistron. Now here comes Tequila Joe between them. Tequila Joe extreme outside. He Will, and suddenly a cavalry charge. Red Tie Day. He Will on the grandstand side. He Will to get up. He Will got up in a driving blanket finish. Tequila Joe was second. Looked like a Red Tie Day third. 4-way photo for 4th.
He Will sure did, with Mike Smith and a perfectly timed ride on the outside, just mowing them down for the victory in the lure.
You know, it's good pace set up front by the 2 pace setters, and it's set up for a close in this race. And Mike Smith said, I'm going to go overland. There were a few horses, Ollie, that had trouble because they didn't choose that route. It got him home.
Yeah, well, when he had the advantage of coming down, as you say, the wide lane, but there were horses, notably, I think, Ample Sufficiency, Dan Blacker's horse, who was ridden by Gary Stevens, who got no luck. You can see it actually just 3 off the rail at this stage in the black and yellow silks. Not beaten far at all, but had to deviate his running lane 3 times, and that, I think, ultimately may have cost him the race. But that just goes to show what we're going to see over the next 48 hours. There are horses on the inside that are going to meet trouble in running, and it's something that we are accustomed to here at Del Mar, and something that we will see. You know, this isn't the first horse who's been unlucky in the run here at Del Mar, but it cost him the race, I think.
Tote Board really told the story of this race, because look how close they are at the finish. Though the 9 gets the jump to the outside and had the momentum, there were 6 horses across the track, any one of which could quite possibly have come home with the victory there. And Forever Juanito, who was actually involved in that pace battle, was still involved deep in stretch here, but running out of a little horse. The 6 running pretty admirably in the thick of things. Tequila Joe just coming up a bit short and shy. I'm not sure if he won that photo for place or not, but at an instant it looked as if he might have the race won, until you saw the kind of run that Mike Smith had with He Will. We're still awaiting them to determine the photo for the victory, but it did look pretty clear with He Will. I thought much closer for the place spot.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting when it comes to turf racing, particularly in the States, it really brings them together. To get beat 3 or 4 lengths in a turf race is to get beat quite a ways here in the States, and they tend to be a lot tighter here in the finish.
Should just say, a Red Tie Day, who's got third in the end with the 9, 6, 10, 3 numbers on the board. That's a really good effort from that horse, because took a big step up in class and has taken it, well, only been beaten a sort of neck in the end, really, not beaten far at all. So that's a big jump up from that horse, given what grade of race he was in last start.
He Will was bred in California by Old English Rancho and Baruman and trained by Jerry Hollendorfer. Adding to his record here at Del Mar, certainly a horse for course. With this win, his first of 2017, and it's a good one to get it in.
No, good indeed. And I mean, if you're looking for somebody that puts 24/7 into the barn, it's Hollendorfer. I mean, he's a man who's well known throughout the United States now because he's made the venture over to Saratoga on more than one occasion with some of his really good fillies like Songbird. And this is a guy that knows how to do it.
I think if you ran that race 10 times, you'd probably get 10 different results.
Yeah.
And he will, on the day, given a very good ride, avoided all trouble, and clearly a talented horse, don't get me wrong, but was the benefactor of a smart bit of race riding from Mike Smith to switch wide and avoid the trouble.
And it's been quite the combination, too, Jerry Hollendorfer with Mike Smith. Of course, you mentioned Songbird. Tomorrow, Jerry will have Unique Bella as well as Battle of Midway in the Breeders' Cup races, or over the next 2 days, I should say. And the prices presented by TwinSpires.com. TwinSpires official results show the victor, the 9, He Will. Take a short break and be back with the nightcap race 8 straight ahead in about 25 minutes.